So we have another round of sanctions and an oil embargo in particular. What do you think will come from this?
It's an act of economic war, you know. I think nobody ever lost money betting on the foolishness of European Union politicals. In fact, it's another stake in the grave of Italy, Spain, and Greece. Top 5 markets of oil exports for Iran, 4 are in Asia. The 5th is Italy. But Spain and Greece are also very important. So what are they going to do? People are going to set up a third country bank accounts or make payments through third banks. India, for instance, India pays for Iranian oil in a Turkish bank. This is something that the Spaniards, the Italians, and the Greeks could easily do. They will bypass because they need Iranian oil. Just like U.S. allies, Japan and South Korea, they ask for exemptions from the Obama administration. They will get it because they need. It's 10% of, in case of South Korea, 10% of the oil is imported from Iran. They cannot buy it from anybody else. And according to myth, Saudi Arabia has spare capacity to supply the markets. They don't. And on top of it, they don't want it because they need the money, high oil prices, to bribe their own populations against any Arab Spring movement in Saudi Arabia.
UN's nuclear watchdog has confirmed it's sending a team of experts into Iran later in January. Why do you think the EU rushed in with a drastic measure as a total oil embargo? Why not wait for the IAEA mission to see how that pans out first?
Well, it comes back to the foolishness. And in fact, don't forget that the country that proposed these sanctions at the European Union was France, led or misled by Nicolas Sarkozy, who's probably going to lose the next French elections. So the Europeans have an extraordinary capacity of shooting themselves in their feet. They keep complaining that they are hostages of Russia in terms of gas sales in Europe. And they are not hostage to Iran in terms of oil sales, but they need Iranian oil, especially the most vulnerable countries, in the Club Med countries, let's put it this way. If you talk to anybody in Brussels, that it's not replaying the official line all the time. Independent minds in Brussels, there are some of them, in fact, they say, look, we would go to Iran tomorrow, sit down with them, and do an overarching deal in terms of buying their oil and gas if we're not constrained by the U.S. sanctions. And now they are doing the same kind of sanctions proposed by the Obama administration only 2 weeks ago. So it makes no sense. They defend this as a dual-track approach. Sanctions, 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 and then we invite Tehran to talk. And Tehran says, what kind of talk is this when we're being pushed against the wall all the time? You don't respect us as a nation, and you treat us like a pariah. Why should we talk to you?
Now, we have Russia's reaction to the embargo, the foreign minister saying it could be a mistake that could undermine diplomatic efforts to solve the crisis. Do you think this has the potential, though, to bring Tehran back to the negotiating table?
No, the thing is, the P5+1, as it's called, the 5 permanent members of the Security Council plus Germany, they should sit down, theoretically, by the end of this month with Iran in Istanbul. The whole thing is brokered by Turkey, to start talking again about the Iranian nuclear program. But I wonder if Tehran has any incentive at the moment. And in fact, the hardliners in Tehran are saying exactly that. After these sanctions, and if they are fully implemented on July 1st, we're going to close down the Strait of Hormuz as a reaction. So
do you think that Iran will do that?
No. Now, good question, but no, they won't. But this is something that they need to say in terms of their internal public opinion, because they are being pressured all the time by the Americans and the Europeans. And Iranians, 80 million Iranians, are asking themselves, what is our government doing to defend us? And in fact, we have the right to develop a peaceful nuclear program. And there's no evidence anywhere by the IAEA, by national intelligence estimates in the United States, that they are developing a nuclear weapon. So the government has to talk to the Europeans, talk to the Americans, and at the same time talk to their own public opinion. But from now to July 1st is going to be really, really hot.
All right. Pepe Escobar, Asia Times correspondent, live from Bangkok. Thanks for your insights.
Thank you.